Welcome back. Dust storms and wildfires. Those are the things we like least about the monsoon. Rain, that's what we want and need. But as meteorologist Iris Hermosillo shows us, our storms can be so isolated that one part of the valley may get soaked while other areas are left completely untouched.
During the monsoon months of June, July, August, and September, we received nearly 1/3 of our annual yearly rainfall. But monsoon rainfall can be highly variable from year to year. Our wettest monsoon was in 1984 when we picked up more than 9 inches of rain. And our driest monsoon was in 1924 with just a little more than 1/4 of an inch of rain. But when we look at the overall averages, there is a clear downtrend. In fact, every 10 years, new 30-year averages are calculated. That's the baseline for our comparison to normal. Well, the new numbers from 1991 to 2020 show a drop in average rainfall for July, August, and September, taking our monsoon average down by over 1/4 of an inch. Now, our new normal is less than 2.5 inches of monsoon rain. But when the rain does come, it falls fast, so fast that our dry desert soil can't soak it all in. Streets, washes, and riverbeds fill up with water fast.
There is a team of people working around the clock, tracking all of that rain and runoff to keep us safe. Meteorologist Ashley DiMartino takes us behind the scenes.
The very moment the rain begins to fall, the flood control district of Maricopa County jumps into action.
And really it's our job to keep track of how much rain's falling, where it's falling, where there's runoff.
And getting that information in the hands of emergency managers.
They can get boots on the ground to help protect the public.
Their team of meteorologists and hydrologists can track the potential for flooding with more than 400 stations across the county.
We've got close to 360 rain gauges. We have over 200 water level sensors.
Along with 40 weather stations. All it takes is 0.04 of an inch of rainfall to trigger an alert.
It doesn't take a whole lot of rain to cause problems.
This is a classic alert station. It's on a tube and the rain gauge is at the top.
This rain gauge has a tipping bucket inside of it, and as rain falls, it collects down into the funnel, goes down, and it actually tips for every 0.04 of an inch.
Every tip sends a signal to a transmitter, which sends the information to their database.
Once we get over an inch, that color might change to red to say, okay, now we're over an inch, we might start seeing some problems.
Since our storms can be very localized, this extensive network of rain gauges is critical to monitor how fast rain is coming down.
If we get enough rain in a short amount of time, truly there can be flooding issues anywhere in the valley.
Heavy bursts of rain lead to arguably the most dangerous part of the monsoon, flash flooding. Now, you hear us say it often, turn around, don't drown. But as we saw last year, people don't just get trapped in their cars. Here's meteorologist Jorge Torres.
An evening stroll turning into a nightmare for this woman last summer when flash flooding from earlier storms rushed down into a Scottsdale park. Even after our monsoon storms clear out, flooding remains a major concern in the hours that follow. From parks to washes to valley streets, normally dry areas can turn into raging rivers in a matter of minutes. Scottsdale Fire tells us they're always ready to respond, but they want you to pay attention and try to keep yourself from getting into these situations in the first place.
Be wise with what you're going to do, and it's not a joke to play in any of these washes once they start flowing, because it may look like it's flowing really slow and all of a sudden they release some water from up north, and or you get a bigger cell up north that releases water, and you get all that water coming from upstream, downstream, and it can take you out and you can lose your life.
The same goes for when you're in the car. Don't ever attempt to drive through flooded roadways. It only takes about 2 feet of water to cause most vehicles to float, and you never know if the road is even still intact below the flooding. It could be completely washed out. And if you do decide to chance it and have to be rescued, Arizona reserves the right to invoke the state's stupid motorist law, which states any motorist who becomes stranded after driving around barricades to enter a flooded stretch of roadway may be charged for the cost of their rescue. So remember, turn around, don't drown.
From lightning and thunder to dust storms and flooding rain, how to keep you and your family safe when storms hit this summer. Plus, I'm breaking down the forecast for this year's monsoon. And get ready to share your photos and video. You can be an ABC15 weather watcher this summer. Just watch our ABC15 newscast for a QR code when storms strike, or email us at share@abc15.com.